How's it going, everybody? It is iVisual. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle versus LaFlare over here in the Ubers tier. So if you do enjoy these, make sure to hit that like button on the video, and the team I'm using is in the description if you do want to try it out. And also, if you do want to Wi-Fi battle me, my Discord is in the description down below. That's where I get all my Wi-Fi battles from. So let's just jump right into it. We lead off with Primal Groudon. Gonna try and get the Stealth Rocks up versus LaFlare's team as he leads off with Kangaskhan. He is gonna fake me out. Now you don't see too much Mega Kangaskhan's in the Ubers tier, unfortunately, because they didn't nerf it in Gen 7. Its parental bond isn't as powerful anymore, unfortunately, poor Mega Kangaskhan. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna get up my rocks versus it, not even gonna attack it, as he does go for the Power Punch, raises his attack by 2. So that kind of worried me a little bit, because he could have Earthquake or Frustration or Return. That could be a little bit bad, because Primal Groudon might go down to that. But he hits me with Ice Punch, so I was like, okay, interesting. I live that, which is awesome. And then I just go for the Precipice Blades and just swat this Mega Kangaskhan right out of Primal Groudon's face with a critical hit. I don't know if that crit mattered. That kind of sucks if it did. I mean, I'm not adamant or anything. I'm just Jolly Nature on this Primal Groudon. So, yeah. Kind of funny though that he hit me so many times, but I just swat him away with just one Precipice Blades. Unfortunate for him. So in comes Lugia, takes the rocks damage, so if it's multi-skill, the multi-skill has been broken. I just go for the Swords Dance. This is a Swords Dance Primal Groudon with Stone Edge and Precipice Blades. And Lugia is unfortunately not powerful enough to knock me out with the Ice Beam, and I'm going to blow it back with a Stone Edge. Gotta love Primal Groudon. I mean, that's why it is like 90% usage in Uber's tier, so if you're not using one, you're kind of at a disadvantage. At least LaFlare has one on his team, I would think. I mean, it's not regular Groudon. I mean, regular Groudon's good too, not gonna lie. So in comes Deoxys Speed, gonna hit me with a Fire Punch. Pretty interesting that he has a Fire Punch on the Deoxys Speed, but hey, to each their own. I bring in Dialga, Dialga Choice Specs, and we are 4 attacks on Dialga as well, Modest Nature. We're just gonna blow this Deoxys Speed back. Well, he does have Focus Sash with a Flash Cannon, and he does get his Stealth Rocks up and some Spikes up, so he's getting all those hazards up, ready to just probably try and sweep me with his Groudon or Xerneas, I don't know, one of those guys. So down goes the Deoxys Speed to his second Flash Cannon. Probably should have locked myself into something better versus Primal Groudon, because now he has a free setup opportunity. Also, I just want to click Flash Cannon versus Primal Groudon, which could do a lot of damage, even though it is resisted, since Dialga is so powerful, especially with Choice Specs. But I'm going to switch out, because I just don't want to risk him just going for Precipice Blades as well. So I go to Arceus Fairy. He does have Earth Power on there, and if he doesn't want to Swords Dance, then he can probably blow me back, but he has to hit Precipice Blades. And if he does want to Rock Polish, I mean, I could live in Precipice Blades without a boost in attack. So he does go for a Swords Dance. He's going to hit me with a Precipice Blades. Luckily, he didn't go for a Rock Polish, because then that probably just sweep my entire team. Since, even though I do have a max defensive Veltal on this team, it's not Charity Berry, it's just leftovers, which would really help out versus a Stone Edge Primal Groudon, but not a Fire Punch one, especially with rocks up. So luckily, I do have Ultra Necrozma. I can just Ultra Burst and outspeed this Primal Groudon. Really fortunate that he didn't have Rock Polish or just didn't go for it. Maybe just like Swords Dance, 3 attacks, I don't know. But looking at his team, it would make sense if it's Dual Dance, which is Rock Polish and Swords Dance. So really awesome. And in comes Xerneas. I could just blow this thing back with the Light That Burns the Sky, Ultra Necrozma Z, the Z move that is always necessary to have Ultra Necrozma, or else you can't have it. And he actually makes a nice play going into the Duskmane, predicting me to want to go for the Light That Burns the Sky, which is I mean, pretty obvious play, to be honest. Like, what else would I really go for? Or maybe he expects me to switch out, because he could have been like a Scarf Xerneas, which is a pretty standard set in the Ubers tier. But I mean, looking at his team, I doubt it would be Scarf Xerneas. Like, you can just put the puzzle pieces together. When there's a Deoxys Speed on the team, usually it's just like all set up Pokemon, and just kind of hope and pray they can sweep the opposing Pokemon or opponent's team. So yeah, Duskmane 4 times resist Psychic, so it's obviously not going to do anything. No matter how magnificent that Z move looks, like a Nuclear Blast, it barely touches the Duskmane. And now he's going to Ultra Burst as I go for a Swords Dance, you know, just hoping that I could take any hits and just blow him back. But nope, he is going to be a special attacking Duskmane, Ultra Bursting, Ultra Necrozma, and blow me back with a Dragon Pulse. So that's pretty cool. Nice little tech right there. Special attacking Duskmane. Haven't really ran into that too much, but it definitely can catch people off guard, like me. I didn't expect that. I thought he'd go for, like, I don't know, Swords Dance or Earthquake or Sunsteel Strike, one of those, and maybe I could live that. So, bringing Dialga, I know I could take a Dragon Pulse since, you know, Steel does resist Dragon and it makes it neutral, so I could take it. And I probably can live a Z move as well. I mean, I do resist that as well, but he didn't go for it. And blow him back with Flash Cannon. So I'm hoping that I can outspeed the Xerneas, but I don't, and he just hits me with a Moonblast. So maybe it was Scarf Xerneas. But at the same time, I'm going to go into Ho-Oh. Since Xerneas is his last Pokemon, I have Yveltal as my second last Pokemon, so I mean, what else am I going to go into? So yeah, just going to go for the Brave Bird, as he actually is going to be Geomancy. Kind of figured that on the Deoxys Speed team. And we're just going to hope and pray that he doesn't have Thunder, because if he does, then I just lose. Because Thunder, with recoil damage from Brave Bird, should be able to knock me out, since I'm not running max or like a lot of special defense on Ho-Oh. Usually it's always max defense, though, on Ho-Oh. Since it already has massive special defense, able to take any kind of special attack. But yeah, luckily he doesn't go for the Thunder right there. He went for Moonblast and gets a crit, which really scared me, because now if he does have Thunderbolts or any other like Psychic or Psyshock or even Moonblast might be able to knock me out. Luckily I got the burn of Sacred Fire right there. That's what I was kind of hoping for, even though I didn't really need it because I think another Brave Bird should suffice. But yeah, I'm going to go into Yveltal just to, you know, let this Xerneas knock itself out with the burn. Luckily he went for a Psychic move right there, since, you know, Yveltal is immune to that, and he's going to go down to the burn. So really, really close game. Came down to the wire right there. Definitely could have went either way, for sure, with our Primal Groudons just demolishing each other's teams. But that's what Primal Groudon does. Demolishes literally every single team you could ever think of, because there's nothing that could ever stop Primal Groudon. Even if you think a Giratina could stop it. I could have Dragon Claw, I don't know, or just Swords Dance up and Stone Edge you. So, yeah. Or crit you too. That happened to me. That's going to be GG versus LaFlare. Next up, we got versus Ariel. And looking at their team, we got Mega Lopunny. Ooh, haven't seen that too much in Ubers. And then a Shuckle as well. Usually I see Smeargle more as a Sticky Webber. So I guess he wants to get up rocks and webs in the same Pokemon. And then the rest, I'm thinking, okay, Giratina O on a Sticky Web team. Interesting. Don't really see that too much. And maybe Ho could be like Z Celebrate. I know that's a set that could be ran. That raises all its stats by 1. Arceus maybe just all out like Swords Dance, or maybe Calm Mind, and then Duskmane maybe just Ultra Necroza with its Swords Dance as well. I mean, it could be a lot of things. That's the Uber tier. It could be anything really. So you just gotta hope and pray, and just let your legendaries clash it all out, and just have fun. So we lead off with Dialga, as leads off with Shuckle. I felt like Dialga would be a nice lead, since I had a feeling he'd probably lead off with Shuckle. And I could just go for the Flash Cannon and two-shot him, since Shuckle do have Sturdy, and obviously he would live any kind of one-hit KO move or anything really with the ability Sturdy. So he does get the webs up. I do have Defog on Yveltal, so I'm going to try and defog away the webs, since it's in my best interest to do that, since I want my Ultra Necrozma to just, you know, be able to outspeed a lot of his team. So in comes Lopunny. I expect a high jump kick, so I'm going to go into my Ho-Oh. And plus Mega Lopunny, what is it going to do to Ho-Oh? I'm max defense. Like, even if he power punches on the switch, his Return of Frustration is barely even going to do anything. And I could just literally destroy him with a Brave Bird and still have my Ho-Oh. And then switch out with Regenerator. So yeah, Ho-Oh is just one amazing Pokemon in the Uber tier. Unless they get rocks up, which that's why you gotta have a good defogger. So he pulls a nice switch into Arceus Water, but I predict really a switch out into anything and just going to Yveltal, so I can go for the defog. As is Arceus Water, I was really like just so happy to see that. I was really scared of like Arceus Fairy, to be honest. I wasn't sure if he was gonna bring it in on Ho, but like it would really suck if he brought in Arceus Fairy when I switched into Yveltal, because I'm like, dang it, man, I don't want to take a judgment. And luckily, it's not the case. So defog, get rid of the webs. I'm gonna go into Dialga, as I should be able to take anything Arceus Water wants to go for. Ice Beam, Judgment, Toxic. He went for Toxic, so trying to put me on a timer right there instead of Ice Beaming me, which he probably should have done in the first place, but he didn't. And I just hit him with a nice Specs Draco Meteor, but God, over here, the Arceus Water is able to take that. And I'm expecting him to probably just going to go for a cover, so I'm going to switch out. But he actually switched out the Hooded Claw, the Giratina, which is an odd switch, but I guess maybe expecting me to predict him to recover? I don't know. Either way, I went into Duskmane predicting to recover, just so I can Swords Dance up and then Ultra Burst, but nope, that is not the case. So I'm going to switch right back into Dialga, because I expect Giratina to have like Will-O-Wisp or Thunder Wave, just a status move that could be annoying, and I'd rather sack my Dialga out of all my other Pokemon. But he actually switched out, so I was like, maybe he doesn't have Draco Meteor, because I'm pretty sure Draco Meteor should be able to knock me out. And then he sacks Arceus Water, which is awesome. I mean, it was low, and I mean, he could have recovered on something maybe. But really, like maybe the Ho-Oh he could have recovered on. But I mean, Ho-Oh can just Toxic too. But yeah, I was really surprised by that because then he brings in Giratina and just OHKOs me with Draco Meteor. So maybe he thought he didn't KO me with Draco Meteor. Maybe he thought I'd switch out. I don't know. Probably thought I'd switch on to Ho-Oh because there's a lot of predictions going on. But I did lose Dialga. It was kind of like the sack of the Pokemon for my team, so at that point at least. So I bring in Arceus Fairy. Just going to go for the Judgment to try and hit that Giratina. But yeah, it's that Dusk main, and it turns out to be leftovers. I just wanted to scout and see if he would stay in, because you never know. He might just click Thunder Wave when I try to predict his Dusk main going for Earth Power, because sometimes that happens. So I was just making a safe play. And plus, I have a really easy switch into Dusk main, which is Yveltal. Max defense, it should be able to take on most variants, unless they're like Power Gem, and they're special when they turn into Ultra Necrozma, and it's a nice bait. Then that could really be bad, because it could two-shot me. But it's not. It's going to be the Split Def one most likely since it's leftovers Toxic. And he actually surprised me staying in. As I predicted him to switch out, I went for the Toxic. But he stayed in to Sunsteel Strike me. I was like, wow, okay, I see you. I could have easily just went for like a Foul Play or even like a Dark Pulse if I had it. But I have Foul Play. So that could easily two-shot Dust me. So I'm going to go for a Roost. You know, just expect him to probably go for, I don't know, Stealth Rocks over here or Sunsteel Strike. I mean, I could take that. I'm just hoping that he goes for Stealth Rocks, really. Or maybe switch out, too. That's also a thing I'm hoping for. But he went for Stealth Rocks, so that kind of sucks getting those rocks up. I can't really defog, or else I'd lose my Yveltal, and plus he can just spam Stealth Rocks until I go down to Toxic, so I just go for the Foul Play, as he does go for the Morning Sun right there. So Weird Dog over here is kind of 1v1ing my Yveltal that's supposed to take care of Dusk Mains over here. So, yeah, I mean, it's really just because I expect him to switch out when I went for Toxic, but he didn't. When I could have easily just Foul Played him, and he didn't go for Morning Sun. So I'm going to switch out Yveltal into my Dusk main. I'm like, alright, that's it. Time to just Swords Dance and sweep. Because usually, Dusk mains don't, like the Spit F ones, they don't appreciate other Dusk mains that are offensive because they don't really have a move to hit other ones unless you're running Earthquake, which I don't think he's running Earthquake because he showed Morning Sun, Toxic, Stealth Rock, and Sun Steel Strike. So 4 moves right there, no Earthquake. So pretty free to just bring in mine, and I expect him to not click Toxic or Sun Steel Strike. If anything, he'd switch out. So that's why I Ultra Burst, and I go for the Swords Dance. And luckily, he didn't switch out, expecting me to go for the Z move right here, because then I wouldn't have a way to one-shot the Giratina, because I think Giratina should be able to take a +2 Photon Geyser, but not a Z move. So he stays in and goes down to the light that burns the sky. And yeah, that's pretty much nothing on his team really wants to take on a +2 Ultra Necrozma, unless he has a random Scarfer that can KO me. Which, I mean, Ho-Oh could be Scarf. I ran Scarf Ho-Oh. I uploaded it. Could be. But I don't think it KOs me unless he gets a crit. Unless he has multiple Scarfers left, which I don't think he does. So in comes Ho-Oh. Gonna blow that thing back with a Stone Edge. Usually Stone Edge isn't really ran on Ultra Necrozma anymore. You see Sun Steel Strike more or so ran. Since Photon Geyser already kind of does like a million to Ho-Oh and 2 shots, and Ho-Oh can't really do much back except for like Toxic or Brave Bird. So that's why you don't really see it too much. Stone Edge was mainly ran for Yveltal too, I remember. But now Sun Steel Strike just ran more, since Yveltal could be Sucker Punch or just like Sun Steel Strike. I mean, Charty Berry. Or just Scarf too. So yeah. And even Outrage too. Outrage is really good on Ultra Necrozma. So Mega Lopunny goes down, and Duskmane goes down. Mega Lopunny couldn't one-shot me, unfortunately. Maybe if I had a little bit more chip from a Scarf Ho-Oh. But yeah, you can't run Scarf Mega Lopunny. So that's why I was like, it already outspeeds me, so there wasn't really much he could have done at that point of the game. Sticky Webs, though, would have really helped him, though, if he kept them up. But luckily, he couldn't. So that's why I think Sticky Web teams and Ubers really need to have like fast taunters like Mega Gengar and Yveltal. That really just helps them out, keeping the webs and the hazards on the field. I think Ariel would definitely appreciate some fast taunters on a Sticky Webs team, just so I can't defog. So yeah, GG to Ariel. Ultra Necrozma gets another victim. Last game we got is versus Yuuki, and we got Anything Goes. Whoa, Anything Goes. When you look at this team, you're like, oh, that looks like a weird team to bring for Anything Goes, but you gotta think, Anything Goes has the move Baton Pass in it. And when you think Baton Pass and Espeon, you're like, okay, I see what's happening over here. You're gonna Baton Pass a lot of stats to each other. So it's a Baton Pass team is what I'm guessing. I just wanted to bring a Uber's team because he challenged me to Anything Goes. I was like, I want to bring this Dialga team because I haven't really used it versus a lot of people. I want to see how it does versus Anything Goes team. And yeah, could be really scary because with evasiveness and Baton Pass, that means I could not hit any of my moves. And he also has Magic Bounce on an Espeon, and maybe even Mega Absol Magic Bounce. So that could be really bad. But I'm going to lead off with Dialga just to, you know, try and KO something right off the bat. Since he has no switch into a Draco Meteor or like a Flash Cannon or Power Gem. I click Power Gem as it leads off with Zapdos. Should be able to two-shot or even one-shot it. But he goes into Togekiss. I'm like, oh, this is easy one-shot. But Rose is Focus Sash. Okay, interesting. Got a random Togekiss Focus Sash as he goes for Nasty Plot. Not even going for a Thunder Wave or anything like that. Maybe he just had like Nasty Plot with like, I don't know, 3 attacks. But yeah, Togekiss I guess is just going to get KO'd by 2 Power Gems. Unfortunate for the Togekiss. But don't worry, don't worry. It's not over just yet. You may think that like Yuuki is just like, you know, sending out their Pokemons to die. But there is something happening over here. We got Mew living that Power Gem pretty easily. And it's leftovers with Amnesia. So I'm like, oh god. Alright, we gotta switch out because I know what kind of Amnesia Mew this is. It's got Barrier and probably Baton Pass. So it's gonna raise all stats. It's defense, well not all stats. Defense is pretty much like defense and special defense. And probably Baton Pass into something. So I'm gonna go right back into my Swords Dancer, which is Primal Groudon, which is very hard to KO as well. And has like perfect coverage. Ground and Rock versus Yuki's team. So I'm gonna hope that maybe I can crit or just Swords Dance all the way up and just like two-shot everything. Because Primal Groudon is so powerful that even at +6 attack, when they go for +6 defense, it should be able to two-shot like everything on their team, hopefully. So that's the plan at least. So I get my Rock Slip, you know, just gonna get those up, and now I'm gonna go for Swords Dance, +6 as they just go for Barrier and Amnesia over and over again to get to +6 defenses. So a little dangerous because I could crit, and then they just boost it all for nothing, and then they kind of just get swept by a Primal Groudon. Like, you definitely don't want to see a +6 attack Primal Groudon staring down all these Pokemon, because then you're just kind of like helpless and you're kind of lost. So I'm just gonna, you know, go for the best play and just Swords Dance all the way to +6. As he does go for the Baton Pass now, he got as much boost as he wants, and he's probably gonna start going for evasiveness or something like that. Really, that's what Baton Pass teams do. Going into Zapdos. And I'm just kind of scared I might miss a Stone Edge, but Stone Edge should be able to two-shot Zapdos or even one-shot it. So Zapdos does live it. He gets the agility off, so he raises his speed. So now whatever he agility or Baton passes into, it's going to always outspeed Primal Groudon, since +2 speed, if anything, really should. So he's going to Baton Pass right out into Vaporeon, Dasani over here. And I think I just go for another Stone Edge. No critical hits just yet, because Stone Edge does have a high crit ratio. It does a lot of damage to the Vaporeon as well. I'm like, wow. Okay, so Precipice Blade should be able to KO it, unless he has some way of like double teaming or whatnot, or just wants to Baton Pass into something else. This Vaporeon's gonna get KO'd, so he goes Protect, just getting more leftovers, I'm assuming, and goes for Wish. So Wish Protect, okay. What is his last 2 moves? Not too sure, but it doesn't even matter because Precipice Blade is just gonna KO the Vaporeon, and yeah, unfortunate for him. The Baton Pass team is just not gonna work. Even if he somehow like KOs Primal Groudon, I just have way too much Pokemon. Unless he goes for double team and dodges all my attacks, maybe that could work. Which he actually is going to do that. He's going to go for the double team with Evil Angel over here with Mega Absol. No Minimize Mons. Minimize is a lot better, just to let you guys know. Minimize like Drift Blim or any other Minimizer would work so much better instead of double team. But yeah, even with the double team, I'm going to hit that Precipice Blade and down goes Mega Absol. Unfortunate for him. And I'm going to outspeed the Mewtwo since... Not Mewtwo, just the Mew, and then, you know, the word 2. I knew it was going to be a bulky Mew since it took my attack so well. It took my Power Gem really, really well from my Specs Dialga, like, and it was leftovers too, so it makes sense. Zapdos goes down to the rocks. All that's left is Almighty, which doesn't do anything with Shadow Ball. Which, Espeon Baton passing into it would have been really nice, but I would definitely probably still go down, even at +6 defense, to a Primal Groudon. Unless it's running like max defense, I don't know. Because Espeon, if you guys don't know, in Baton Pass teams, anything goes, run stored power, and whenever you Baton Pass a lot of stats to Espeon, it can be really dangerous. Especially to like a Crocodile or any other power tripping mon. Like stored power and power tripping, anything goes teams can be really dangerous. But there is a lot of ways to deal with them, like Haze and stuff like that. So yeah, and even Ditto too. Unless they have subs too, then Ditto can't transform into them. That's going to be it for the Wi-Fi battles today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And if you do want to Wi-Fi battle me, my Discord is in the description. I play every single tier, and you can battle other people there as well. Thanks for watching. Peace, peace.